Well, despite the UK having led imposition of Western sanctions on Russia now, the new report suggests that British manufacturers continue to supply Russia with key industrial equipment. Well, let's maybe unpack this, because despite government claims on restrictions, trade data analysis has revealed that the UK companies are still permitting to export equipment, important equipment to Russia's fossil fuel and mining industries. Now, this data, it's been acquired by The Times and the European investigative group Data Desk. Now, while some UK companies continue to exploit these loopholes, you could say, and export goods to Russia via these other countries, the US Yale School of Management has flagged 5 major UK-based companies who have declined to join the corporate boycott altogether. So, as mentioned earlier, some companies, they are able to maintain trade, finding these loopholes, despite the UK's Department for Business and Trade claiming that it has significantly reduced goods being exported to Russia. Now, consumer goods giants, for example, like Unilever, they are continuing in some form to trade with Moscow. Hill & Smith is the latest major UK listed company to be probed over its links to Russian trade. Now, their business has not stopped, according to this report. Now, this even after Moscow launched its special military operation in Ukraine. BP, one of the UK's listed companies with the biggest investments in Russia, had announced that it would be disposing of its Russian assets. However, this process has not been fully completed yet. Now, another example is the UK's Dunlop Oil and Marine. It's been supplying rubber oil hoses to the Caspian Pipeline Consortium. The organisation is a major international crude oil transportation project operation with Russia's participation. Now, the pipeline, it carries a mix of Russian oil to the Russian Black Sea port for export. The Caspian Pipeline project is not subject to export sanctions, as it's not a majority Russian-owned company. And this is the loophole that the company has. Now, 5 major UK-based companies continue to do business in Russia, according to this report. They have declined, though, to join the corporate boycott. Out of these 4 companies, they're in the industrial, energy or telecoms sectors. Now, these include Petrofat, JKX and FX McKenzie. Well, for more details on this story and how these companies are being reported to be exploiting these loopholes, we have an expert in the area. It's Klinsmann Moratti, the founder of Pareto Economics, a global world affairs research consultancy. So thank you so much, Klinsmann, for coming on the programme. So what more can we read into it if indeed these reports are true, that these companies are managing to find these loopholes in order to carry on doing business with the likes of Moscow?
Yeah, we have to understand, Katie, that it's not as easy for some companies to completely disassociate themselves with Russia. As you said in your package earlier, BP is one of the largest oil companies in the world, and still is taking a long time for it to wind down its operations. Now, for some companies who simply sell into the Russian market, maybe it's a lot easier because they may not have hardware, they may not have, a stake in Russia as much as others, so they're able to quickly and swiftly, dissociate themselves with Russia. But for the companies you mentioned, and it needs a lot more looking into, but it could be the case that these companies sell a lot into the Russian market, and simply cutting themselves off, being the fact that they don't add that much to tax revenue from the Russian government, doesn't seem as if, in their estimates, it makes sense for them to completely take themselves out of the mix from their business in Russia. It's not a case that they're defying sanctions, and it's not even a case that they're finding loopholes in sanctions. A lot of the time, it's the fact that they are abiding still by the rules and regulations of the countries in which they operate in, i.e. in this case the UK, and they've decided for their own reasons to still do business in Moscow.
Okay, Klinsmann, thank you so much. That's all we've got time for today, but we really appreciate your thoughts there. As you say, it certainly takes time. In some regards, maybe some companies have the right intentions, but it's not so easy as cutting off a huge multi-billion-dollar deal the next day in some cases. Klinsmann Moratti, thank you so much, the founder of Pareto Economics, a global world affairs research consultancy, joining us here on WION World as One today.